Moira, what about Johnny Saunders' garden? What about that garden conversation?
Yeah, extraordinary.
So Johnny,
2 tiers.
Yeah, he's just revealed he's got a 2-tiered lawn.
No. I've got 2 tiers, but the top bit isn't lawn.
Well, what is it?
Wood chipping.
Wood chipping?
Yeah.
Why are you... Now, wood chipping is anti-growing.
Yeah, I know. I tell you why.
Wood chip is covering, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Coverage.
It used to be what I call sparse and sort of nettles and not very nice.
I would call it unloved.
Yeah, no.
Then I would call it murdered. Yeah. And then I would call it buried.
Yeah. It's all of those. And I'm not... You know,
murdered your top tier and then you buried it beneath wood chip.
It's always...
You coward.
It's always been murdered. But we've put a swing up there.
Hang on a minute, you just said there's a goal up there.
No, the goal's on the bottom bit, yeah.
What is it, a theme park? You've got a theme park?
Well, you have to for the young'uns, yeah. They've got a swing up the top and a goal down the bottom, and a trampoline.
So, a trampoline?
There's a trampoline as well.
So let me get this right. So I'm now seeing, right, your kiddies swinging as high as they can off the swing, onto the trampoline, over the goal, in for breakfast.
They could do that. Yeah, they'd probably injure themselves quite
basically,
badly.
your garden is not really happening as far as horticulture is concerned.
Not really. No. I mean, we've got banks from the top bit down to the bottom bit. Yeah. They're on a slope and difficult to tend.
And you said you'd love to get into gardening.
I'd love to get into gardening.
Would you have a front garden? Do you have anything at the front?
Just a bit of grass.
Well, that's a garden. That's a garden. Get into that.
Well, OK.
Leave the theme park for the kids at the back, and you do some kind of Eden project at the front.
Well, the
Saunders project.
Yeah, I could do that. I mean, it just requires me to mow at the moment.
Now, you said your garden is about maybe 3 paces wide.
Yeah.
But that's because you've got very long legs. Get somebody smaller in to pace it out.
OK, I will do.
Get Ronnie Corbett in.
Yeah.
Oh, no, my son will come and pace it out. You can say, and people say, how big's your garden? 40 paces. You don't need to tell them. You don't need to tell them whose paces. It's just 40 paces.
Ronnie Corbett might get lost in my garden.
Don't invite them round, though, because then they'll know. Okay. And the size of your goal, you have a miniature goal for your son. Now, I'm worried about that.
Why?
Because one day he's going to be put on a real-size football pitch and go, hang on a minute, this isn't fair, you just made the goals bigger.
Well, I'm going to have to upgrade the goal at some point.
You're disillusioning your son, and he's going to go into trauma when he steps onto a full-size football pitch for the first time.
No.
He's going to think he's the greatest goalie in the world, and then suddenly he's goalkeeping in front of Germany.
But that's assuming he's a goalkeeper. He might be a striker, and you see, to get him to slot a ball into a small goal, when he gets to a bigger goal, he's going to go, hey, it's massive!
No, that's brilliant, and that's genius, but have you checked whether he wants to be a striker or a goalkeeper?
He will be a striker.
He will be a striker! There was definitely there was a taint of German accent. He will be a striker!
He will be an artist.
He will be a striker. OK. All right, well, it's all good. Head to headlines. Let's go to the newspapers. Johnny's 1.5, Moira's 1.5. Oh, it's a tie going into Thursday. Johnny has newspaper stories Ding Dong, Flustered and Mature. Moira has Built, Belted and Bottled. Oh, I like those. You get a point for that already. Built, Belted and Bottled. No, you don't. Can't give you a point for your headlines. Johnny, give us Ding Dong, please.
A Conservative MP has had to apologise in the Commons after inadvertently turning on his musical tie whilst making a speech. Nadim Zahawi's red tie, which he was wearing to support a national charity, emitted a tinny tune which was amplified by a microphone hanging above his head when he accidentally nudged it. The Deputy Speaker in charge of proceeding asked him to be more selective in his choice of neckwear in the chamber.
See, if you'd have said tiny, tinny tune, I would have given you the point, because that would have been a beautiful little run of words there. You can always be better, Johnny.
I am aware of that.
Yeah. Tiny, tinny tune.
OK.
Don't you wish you'd have said that?
Well, no, because
and
I
maybe
think...
quieted your voice, halfway through the read.
Because I think...
Try again.
OK.
But quiet your voice.
Nadim Zahawi's...
No, not now, when you come to the bit. Oh, gee whiz. Go on.
A Conservative MP has had to apologise in the Commons after inadvertently turning on his musical tie whilst making a speech. Nadim Zahawi's red tie, which he was wearing to support a national charity, emitted a tiny, tinny tune, which was amplified...
No, you don't quiet your voice on emitted. You quiet on tiny, tinny tune. Give us ear. Come in, I'll do it for you. Come on. All right, here we go. A Conservative MP has had to apologise in the Commons after inadvertently turning on his musical tie whilst making a speech. Nadim, whatever his name is, red tie, which he was wearing to support a national charity, emitted a tiny tune, which was amplified by a microphone.
You said tiny twice. You didn't say tinny.
I did say tinny. I said tinny and tiny.
You said tiny.
Moira, what's your story, please? Give us bits.
I'm not helping myself here, am I?
Modfather Rod Stewart has told Model Railroader magazine that he doesn't get to spend as much time as he'd like tending to his model railway, saying, I get a couple of hours work in and then the phone rings. The singer also revealed his only request while on tour is for a large table to to build his tiny townscapes.
Oh, Moira, what are you doing to me? Why didn't you put an extra word before tiny? Oh, no, Moira, you killed me now. If you'd have done that, you'd have just won the whole day, hands down. I was going to just call it a day at one story each, because we're so over time here. Oh, let's just call it a draw. Let's move on to Friday. It's a draw getting to Friday. That'll do. All right. Well done, everybody, for researching the stories we haven't used. Save them for tomorrow and we'll pretend. Kylie Minogue, I Believe in You Now on Radio 2, 8:25 Thursday morning.